Hello traders, you're welcome to this video and I especially welcome you back to the Forex Geek channel. In this particular video, we are going to be discussing a unique indicator. Okay, it's quite a unique approach to Forex trading because this indicator is called the moon phases indicator, right? For traders who believe that somehow there is an impact in the forex market by lunar cycles. This indicator might be quite interesting for them, right? I'm going to be adding the indicator to the charts right away. It's a custom indicator, so you will need to download it from an external source and add it to your indicators library before you'll be able to make use of it on your chart. Okay, so basically the concept behind the moon phases indicator is such that a belief in which the moon's gravitational influence could correlate with market movements. Okay, so by studying the moon's waxing and waning phases, some traders look for patterns that might help them anticipate changes in currency pair trends. All right. Now, that's the concept behind the indicator, right? But when making use of this technical indicator, basically the indicator moves, in its own pattern right there on the chart, right? So we are going to be looking at how to identify precise entry and exit points using this indicator, the moon phases indicator. Okay, now we can see that the moon phases indicator has a zero level, the midpoint, right? It has a midpoint. Now above the zero level is the positive territory, right? And below the zero level is the negative territory. Okay, now in as much as this indicator tries to reference lunar effects on the forex market, uh there is limited scientific evidence to support its reliability. Okay, there is actually limited scientific evidence to support its reliability, so results might vary. Okay, because looking at the chart we can see that there seems to be some varying patterns, right? For example, in this upper territory, the upper territory might not always show you a buy signal at the time when a buy is starting, although the ascent of the lines in the upper territory can show some bullish momentum. But we can see in this particular situation, the bullish prediction started even while we were still in a sell move, right? You can see that this particular signal came when we were still in a sell move, right? But it showed that a bullish move is incoming, and then the prediction for a sell started when the buy was just about to start. So sometimes this particular indicator might give some sort of varying signals. Okay, so but if you are a kind of trader that that believes in the lunar cycles affecting the forex market, then you might actually find this indicator interesting. However, let us look at some other examples. We can see that in this case, the indicator gave us a buy signal as the bars were above the zero level, and the bars this time, the buy signal that came around here coincided with this pullback. We can see that there was a pullback around here, right? A pullback to this support zone. After this pullback, then there was actually a buy move. So in this case, the buy signal was valid, and we would have considered entering a buy around here, setting our stop loss right below the previous swing low. and probably taking our profit at the nearest resistance zone, or you can just wait for the indicator to flip to the downside. When the indicator flips to the downside, it can be a signal to exit your buy. So we can see that in this particular example, the indicator was quite accurate because we got a buy signal around here when this pullback was just about ending, and we got an exit signal right at the top of the impulse move at this resistance zone. So we got a buy here and we got a sell signal here, which is going to be an exit signal for the buy trade, right? So in this example, we got an accurate signal, okay? Now remember that there is no indicator that is 100% accurate, all right? This indicator is not 100% accurate. Sometimes there could be false signals, and that is the reason why it's always important to ensure you observe good risk management, okay? Make use of good risk to reward ratios so that even if you have some losses and some wins, for example, if you have equal number of wins and losses, you are still going to be on the winning side, because if you are risking, for example, you are risking $10 in each trade and your risk to reward ratio is 1 to 2. So if you win 5 trades, you are going to win $100, right? Because you are risking $10 in each trade. So if you are risking $10 and you lose 5 trades, you have lost $50. If you win 5 trades, you have won $100. So at the end of the day, you are still in $50 profit. So that is the reason why you should always observe good risk management. Okay, so let us quickly look at a sell example. We can see in this particular example, when the indicators flipped to the downside below the zero level, we got a sell signal. And we can see that the sell signal quite coincided with this resistance zone. As price was about getting rejected, the price was still about getting rejected at this resistance, and then we got our exit signal for the sell. That is when the indicator flips to the upside. Remember, the sell signal is when the indicator flips to the downside. Then your exit signal for a sell is when the indicator flips to the upside, right? So as we can see, the exit signal came around here. So we would have considered entering right around here and exiting around here. So that was also a nice signal. Would have caught somewhere around 140 pips. Okay, so this is an example for a sell. All right, now after you exit your sell, you can consider entering a buy once you get a confirmation, right? Because the buy signal basically is when the indicator flips to the upside. So if you had entered a buy around here, but make sure you always get confirmations, okay, in order to reduce the tendency of false signals. Remember that no indicator is 100% accurate. So if you get confirmations, for example, when you got a buy signal around here, if you are using trend lines, that's why I always emphasize the importance of using trend lines on horizontal support and resistance levels. So if you had used trend lines here, you would have noticed that at this point where this buy signal came, the price was still yet to touch the trend line. Okay, so perhaps entering around here would have been a better point than entering around here. And then for our take profit after entering a buy, we'd have set our stop loss below the swing low, right? And then for our take profit, actually we can decide to use this indicator signal, but we can see that in this case the indicator was giving us an exit signal for a buy when the buy had not yet even happened, when the bullish move had not yet even happened, right? So if you are using confirmation tools like support and resistance zones, and you can even use other indicators, you will know that that signal was not accurate. You will know, right? Because you will see that the trend line was still serving as a dynamic support. So ideally, price was supposed to go up, especially when you notice some bullish patterns forming, right? So this would have been a better place to exit our buy trade as the price got to the resistance. Okay, so that is it for this video. I hope you found this video insightful. Kindly like and subscribe for more trading insights, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on more trading videos like this. In the meantime, thank you for watching and happy trading.